Good morning and happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you. Yeah, it is Saturday morning and I'm sitting here, I'm baffled about the Pebbles stakes, the grade 3 Pebbles stakes on the grass, which was moved from last Sunday, the 16th, to this Sunday. And, they redrew the field and we got new entries in there and angel horses in the race and whatever, But we're going to redo it and see what we can find out. The race is much tougher than it looked last Sunday. They scratched it. They rescheduled it because of high winds in New York on the 16th last Sunday. But that being said, remember, next weekend, which is Thanksgiving weekend, Black Friday, I have a tip sheet special for Friday and Saturday at Churchill. Both cards together is going to be $30. Now, typically they're $20 each day, so you're saving $10. My gift to you, Thanksgiving wise, and as a bonus, I'm going to throw in the one graded stake race at Del Mar on Friday and the 3 graded stake races on Saturday. So you're going to get 2 days of racing, all the stakes, full cards on Friday and Saturday at Churchill, and I'm going to throw in the 4 stake races covering Friday and Saturday at Del Mar. How about that for Thanksgiving? Email us at speedyking24@yahoo.com. Okay, race number 8. Let's take a look at this Pebble Stakes. Grade 3 on the grass, the girls, they're back in town. And again, because they rescheduled it, some horses were, redrawn. So the field changed altogether. I mean, originally, my top pick in the race was Fast Market. Now, Fast Market is still in the race, but the problem is there's some other girls who's back in town that's not going to be messing around, right? I mean, and the one that I'm thinking of, I think it's the number 8 horse, that Angel horse, right? It's that Linda Rice horse with the Angels, right? Has never run on the grass, but is 5 for 5 by the Great Omaha Beach on the back end by Pulpit. Linda Rice is doing the conditioning, and she has a boy, Jose Lascano, in the yards. Now, this is a very nice filly, right? Obviously, she's won $331,000, and she's never not hit the board, right? She's undefeated, So she could be tough, but everything I see says she's entered for main track only. She's never won at this distance. With the Angels. I love Angels, right? I keep my Angels with me all the time. But I mean, gee, Jakes. And she's 3 to 5 on the morning line. Now, all the information I could see on the entries and wherever that this horse had entered for main track only. So I'm warning you now. I don't particularly like her in the 9 hole or the 8 hole, going a mile and 16 at a distance she hasn't on a surface she never ran on, if she actually gets in on the turf. So I probably will be betting against her anyway. But again, if this race comes off the grass, it's no doubt that With the Angels is clearly the horse to beat. So I'm going to handle With the Angel, the number 9 horse, also eligible as dirt only. So I'm going to handicap proceed like she's not in the race. So you understand, if this race comes off the grass, and this horse, obviously main track only, With the Angels is clearly the horse to beat. But right now, I'm going to handle it as a turf race, and I'm going to ignore her, the number 9 horse, because she's entered in on my racing form. It sits for main track only. Now, it is raining today, Saturday morning, here on the East Coast, so there's a chance that it could come off the grass. All right? But anyway, let me proceed. Well, again, the old Fast Market, the number 1 horse, is still a very nice horse, but there's some other horses in here that I would consider before her, and the one that I will consider before her is the one that came out of the race, which would be the number 5 horse, the old Paradise City horse, right? Well, Paradise City came out of the same race, Sand Point Stakes, as Fast Market, okay? But the difference is it was a mile and an eighth, I believe, and now we're cutting back to a mile and 16th. And Paradise City could get the lead here and control this race from gate to wire with Manny Franco up. Okay, and the horse is 5-1. So she wasn't in the race last Sunday, Paradise City, but she did redraw and she came in. So it changed my thinking a little bit, along with two other horses that's in here. Okay, so my first pick here in the Pebbles Stakes tomorrow is going to be the number 5 horse, Paradise City, again by McKenzie on the back end by Yankee Gentleman. Yes, that Yankee Gentleman. Saffy Joseph doing the conditioning, and Manny Franco, the underrated Manny Franco. He's a very good rider. 2 wins from 11 starts. Now this horse, Paradise City, has a great body of work in terms of experience. 6 times in the money from 11 starts, 2 of them being wins. But this horse, back to her 2-year-old form, have a couple of allowance races and has been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stake races. So this horse has a bunch of experience, and a couple of them in here has that type of experience. Now I think this horse is going to be on the lead, the number 5, and I can't help but love the price at 5-1. So my top pick, Paradise City. My second pick, well, again, it is the number 6 horse right outside of Paradise City, and that would be the old Sweet Treasure, trained by Brad Cox. It makes Sweet Treasure a merry horse. Well, I might be being a homer here because Sweet Treasure, the number 6 horse, is by one of my favorite sires of all time, Twirling Candy, on the back end grandsire, Empire Maker. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Empire Maker was trained by my all-time favorite trainer, Bobby Frankel, the late, great Bobby Frankel. So Sweet Treasure has 3 wins from 4 starts. And again, Brad Cox is rolling this horse back in less than a month. Last ran October 31st at Churchill, shipping the horse east, y'all. So he must think he has something. And again, ran just every race of the 4. Obviously, you expect that with a young horse. Has gotten better each and every time, right? So the horse is obviously very, very talented. And Brad Cox thought enough of her to turn her around off of the October 31st race, the Halloween race, to allow us to ship her to New York. So I think my top 2 picks here is going to be the 5 and the 6. Paradise City, the number 5 horse, and the horse right outside of it, Sweet Treasure. Now, that being said, my third pick to round out the trifactor is the horse that I originally liked when they drew the race for last week. Would be, of course, Fast Market by Volatile, on the back end by the Homebred Godolphin, Street Cry, one of my favorite Godolphin horses of all time, Street Cry, and of course Thunder Snow. But Fast Market is the one horse. Don't like that post for her now. I think she was the 4 horse last time in last week's drawing. But again, Terra Nova's doing the conditioning. She has nothing to be ashamed of. She ran second in the Grade 2 Sands Point right across this racetrack a month ago. So she's back in 5 weeks. Her speed figure's getting better. Her splits are good. I hate the post because I think this horse is faster than her, and she's going to maybe have to navigate with Marin in the yard, Samuel Marin. So that's our third pick, the number 1 horse, Fast Market. Big change from last week when I had her on top. She can still win the race, but this is a race that's harder than the drawing from last week. And then we'll round it out with the Chad Brown runner. Oh, no, he didn't. Yeah, I believe it's the 8 horse, right? Peak Height, right? More Than Ready. This one's by Nyquist, the Derby winning Nyquist, right? Chad Brown, the turf master, is doing the conditioning, and Ricardo Santana is in the orange. Well, this filly got a nice future as well, if you ask me. 4 starts, 2 of them are wins, right? And coming off of an allowance race across this racetrack. Now I'm back in like 6 weeks, so that's always good, 6 to 7 weeks. And it's Chad Brown on the grass. So what else do what else do you need to say? Obviously, speed figures are just in the same realm as my top 4 picks, and which you would expect. There's no world beaters or standouts here. These fillies are all improving with 4 or 5 starts, except my top pick who has 11 starts, Paradise City. I think that's a big edge to have experience like that. So we're going to round out our superfecta with Chad Brown's peak hype. So there it is in this version of the Pebbles. It's race number 8 on the card on Sunday. And again, just keep an eye on that with Angels, the number 9 horse. I think the horse is in for main track only, so I'm going to disregard her. Always want to say to you, if this race comes off the turf, okay, then obviously the 9 horse is the top play of them all. Now she's 3 to 5 here. They had to put odds on her, but if they decide to run with the Angels on the turf, I'm not that worried about her. Can she win the race? Yes, she's going to be short odds, but she's trying a surface she's never ran over. She's never been more than a mile, and she's breaking from the 9 hole. So let her run them on the turf. Make the prices for the other horse bigger. But I do think this horse with the Angels, the number 9, is for main track only. So I disregarded her in this handicapping scenario. Again, if she scratches in, obviously with the Angels becomes the top pick. All right. So our top pick in this version of the Pebbles Stakes, the great Paradise City. I want to see her get to the front and kind of control it with Manny. And we do like the horse right outside of her, Sweet Treasure. So really, if I had 2 to stand with, it would be the 5 and the 6, the 6 and the 5. The 6 horse is installed at the Brad Cox runner at 7 to 2. Paradise City is at 5 to 1. And then the number 1 horse, Fast Market, that Fast Market, the one that I had on top of the previous, is 2 to 1. So I don't like that price at all. That's our third pick, and then we round it out with the number 8, Peak Height, who's Hype, which is the Chad Brown runner at 3 to 1. So long story short, we love the number 5 and we love the number 6. So 5, 6, 1, 8, just like that. Go ahead and box it up. Me, probably not going to do that because our third and fourth pick are 2 to 1 and 5 to 2 or 3 to 1 respectfully. We like the odds on both of our horses. The 5 at 5 to 1 for sure, and the 6 horse at 7 to 2. 5, 6, 1, 8. Pebbles race, Sunday. 8th race. Aqueduct. Get your orders in for the Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Black Saturday sale as well. Just trying to help where I can, y'all. A lot of work to do that stuff. So support us where you can, for sure. My name is Wayne Bolden. He is the Speed King. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Why is he wearing that Godolphin uniform? Because next weekend, Churchill Downs, one of my favorite Godolphin horses, is running. First Mission. There he goes with this First Mission. Now, I'm going to tell you something, and I need to do this. First Mission is not a Grade 1 winner, but should be. Actually, I thought this horse started late to get to the Derby. Oh, there he's saying that the horse would have won the Derby if she didn't start so late. I think that's true. But returning into Clark on the 28th, I believe, next weekend, and it's a Grade 2. And what I want Cox to do and the Godolphin Connections to do is go out there, win the Clark Stakes, which as a 3-year-old she ran in that race, but he's a 5-year-old now. To win the Clarks, and then 2 months later, January-ish, or middle of January, go and win the Pegasus World Cup for $3 million. No, he didn't. So not only does he have First Mission winning the Clark, he got the horse winning the Pegasus. And I'm just saying, well, I'll do a video on that. Anyway, I digress. I love First Mission. The horse is a Grade 1 winner. It's going to be a great stallion. And I had a couple bad breaks, but I think he's found his stride now, turned him out a little bit, and got refreshing. I think the Clark is going to be the stepping stone, okay, into next year. Okay, obviously this is November. Obviously turn him out, show back up in January. January? Yeah, January. Yeah, January for the World Cup down at Gulfstream, is it Hollandale? Yeah, Florida. That would be about 6 to 8 weeks. So win the Clark, and then go take the $3 million down and get your first grade 1 first mission. I'll do a video on that sometime this week. There he goes with them good dogs. And don't let me get started on Highland Falls. No, he didn't. Wish the horse would have been in the Breeders' Cup Classic. I really do. My name is Wayne Bolden. There you go, digressing again. It's Thanksgiving. I'm grateful for you folks. Thanks for being the best part of our channel and our community, which is a neighborhood. He's decked out in his good dog. First mission. Let's win the Clark, grade 2. 6-7 weeks later, let's go down to Hollandale, Florida and smack them around in the grade 1 Pegasus World Cup. Bring all of them. Bring Skippy and all those other horses that think they older and faster and better than First Mission. I don't think so. But I'm a little biased. My name is Wayne Bolden. I'm the Speed King. I'm ready for Thanksgiving. We're going to do a bunch of cooking around here. I should get some turkeys in here and stuff. Speed King, stop the video. I will. Stay classy in all that you do. Shout out to my girl, Kim T. Shout out to my other girl, Miss Sandy. And of course, Diane Brown. That's my girl.